Hello and welcome to the third in this short series from Beard Clipper as I'm unboxing the Kickstarter for Moonstone the game. Now the previous two, the first one was about the dice and the cards and the tokens, and the second one was about the miniatures, available on my channel. I will attempt to remember to put links to them through this video so you can go and check them out if you've not seen them yet. But this video is going to be about the terrain that I ordered with the Kickstarter. So there were 4 different terrain pieces, resin terrain pieces that were produced. Obviously, I love my terrain, so I'm really excited to go have a look at these and get them painted up and on the tabletop. So yeah, let's get started. As I say, we had 4 different terrain pieces and I decided to pick them all up. We've got Bumbleton Farm, Machburg Market, Forsaken Forest and Swamp of Suffering. So what I'm going to do is going to open up and have a look at each of these in detail, show you what the sculpts are like, and then later on there will be a video of me painting up and doing all these for the tabletop, so watch out for that later. So first of all, let's have a look at Bumbleton Farm. So in the same way that the 1/24 scale Jada was packed really well, this is packed very well as well with bubble wrap, and inside the bubble wrap we've got multiple baggies with different items in them. So let's go through what each of these baggies has, and yeah, so we've got a scarecrow, which is really cool, and we've got a bit of fencing and a gate and a cockerel in this bag. So you can't have too many. I think that cockerel potentially sits on top of the fence or on top of the gate. It looks like it's got a little thing that you can grab onto. These are resin, so if you do get these, don't forget that you will need to wash them before you paint them, because you want to make sure you get all of that release agent off, otherwise your paint will fall off and you'll be really angry. So here we have a little house. Looks like it could be for chickens, I reckon. A little kind of like ramp up, and some bags of food and what have you. So that's pretty cool. And then in the third and final baggie, we've got a whole load more scatter terrain. Now this bag is slightly open, very full. So what do we have here? We've got a chicken sat on her eggs. That is absolutely lovely. This is one of the things I love about this game. It calls itself whimsical, and it really is whimsical. It is, I mean, a game that gives you chickens sat on hens. Chickens sat on eggs. Absolutely brilliant. So here we have some spuds and what have you. And some other gathered foodstuffs. So I'm not going to pull all of those out. There seems to be a fair few repeated elements in there, but there's awesome resin cast things to add character to your tabletop, and also to add in the ways and movement and make it more interesting to actually play the game. So yeah, they do have gameplay value because they do take up space and places and in the ways. So that was a Bumbleton Farm. Let's have a look at Machburg Market. So here we are with Machburg Market, and again, same as with the farm, we've got several baggies. We've got some kind of like containers full of produce, so like a wicker basket and all, and some, looks like some fish maybe, or no, some carrots there. So carrots, aren't they? So that's going to be things that are going to go on top of any or be scattered around by where the actual selling is going on. What we have here is looks like an old wagon. So the wheels are quite high up. Actually, I'm going to get that out of the plastic because it's a bit hard to see on the camera. And as it's only one item, it won't be too much pain to put back. So that almost looks like yeah, it's got a seat on the front, so it's a wagon, but it's got its wheels lifted up. So is that because it's supposed to be? Yeah, I think actually what we've got here is a little bit of solidity underneath, which could maybe have been sculpted out so that the wheels were actually didn't have like solid resin behind. So that's a bit of a shame. Because my initial thought was it's an old wagon that's not going to move because the wheels have fallen off and they're just leaning against it. But looking at it, I don't think that's actually supposed to be the case because you've still got the steps up. So there's just a bit of a lump of resin in the middle. But hey, negative space when you're casting is hard. That is a little bit disappointing though. And then the same as for the farm, we've got a whole bunch more stuff here. So you've got some jewellery, you've got a table with a load of food on it, with cutlery. So you can have like, you can imagine a market going on and people are eating food in the market square. So that is the Machburg Market. Let's have a look at the Swamp of Suffering. Right then, here we are. Again, you can see packaging very similar, and that's a good thing because it's well packaged. I haven't yet seen any damage. So this is the Swamp of Suffering. So what we've got in here is some old trees. We've got a spider. Look at that spider with its egg sac, which is pretty cool. We've got some mushroomy kind of large leaves that look a bit kind of. Oh, here we got some monster. So that's kind of like a creature in the swamp. So some tentacles that will be poking up. So yeah, you can imagine doing some really cool things with that on a scenic base. And then on the larger one, we've got more stumps. We've got some random eggs, pustules, and all sorts of awesome things going on in there. So slightly less in that one, but still cool. And as I've said, I will be bringing these to the channel when I actually come to paint them and do things with them. So you'll see them again. Last one to look at on this video is the Forsaken Forest. So this one is a bigger box, as you can see, which is pretty awesome. So we've got a owl sat on a dead tree with a bit of a squirrel trying to climb up, and a bunch of mushrooms. Can't have too many mushrooms. I've got lots of mushrooms already, but you can never have too many. We've got some huge mushrooms now. They are awesome. They are going to be some fun to paint. Yes, I will look forward to painting them. And then we've got another bag. Again, the same sort of like split as the other terrain. So a larger piece and a couple of smaller pieces. There's a face in the wood there, look. That's pretty cool. Another face in the wood. So these are haunted, I suppose. It's the Forsaken Forest. They're haunted. These are haunted trees that are screaming and shouting and watching you. So again, it's pretty cool stuff there. So that's the resin terrain that came with the Kickstarter. Let's wrap this video up. Well, there we are. There was the 4 different sets of resin terrain that came with the Kickstarter. Just a quick look at them. I'm pretty impressed with them. I'm a bit disappointed about that wagon, that big lump of resin underneath. They could maybe resolve that by having a multi-part kit. But I'll be able to paint it and make use of that, I'm sure. So by the time it's on the tabletop, it won't matter. But that was a bit of a shock to see, because most of the time their casting and their designs are absolutely superb. But that's not to detract from the fact that that is some amazing terrain, and that is going to be wonderful to paint up. And I'm very excited. I'm rubbing my hands in glee. So this is the 3rd video. The next one will be the 4th video and the last one in this short series of unboxings. And I'm going to have a look at the rulebook and other paper items, and also a little bit of an extra that I bought that was not part of the Kickstarter as such, but something that they're selling as a game aid. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in that video. Do leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and as always, please do stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.